What's up, brothers from another mother? In this video, we will manage female promiscuity and why it's something you should be mindful of as a man. It is something that I get the most fire for in that rundown of 20 red flags. Number 11 discusses about body count and female promiscuity, and many people lost their minds. Men were exceptionally befuddled. They were making statements like, well, if men can get it done, why not women? And ladies were saying, well, if men can make it happen, why not females? I will make sense of why in this video with some factual cold hard facts. The fundamental explanation is it comes down to her capacity to coordinate bond over a long-term premise. Dissatisfaction reported in the relationship for all kinds of people goes up decisively as her body count goes up. Strangely, those figures don't correspond to men. The greatest contrast among people explicitly as men are brought into the world as nothing. We have to create value. We have to master abilities. Men by and large are seen as progress objects by the world and by ladies. Ladies are more esteemed for their magnificence. It was seen by Dr. Warren Farrell in his book, The Fantasy of Male Power. He said that ladies are sex objects and men are achievement objects. That holds true. Ladies' worth comes from her saving herself, her purity, and her score count, while for men, it comes from creating capability abilities. Individuals will fly off the handle. Gracious, for what reason does it need to be different? For what reason should it be no different for everyone? There is no such thing as clean canvas equalism, and I will explain precisely why. A review from the Institute of Family Studies distributed in October 2018 shows revealing of one lifetime sex accomplice has dropped decisively throughout the long term. Thinking back to the 1920s, you had nearly 80% possibility of wedding a virgin. Today it's around 45%. I don't know how precise this information is on the grounds that I have not met a female virgin since secondary school, truth be told. This is accounted for information. It's depending on the genuineness of individuals unveiling the data. I would think that these numbers are likely quite different from the information that I will show you in a moment. We should simply expect that this is valid until further notice. You'll really see that the quantity of men revealing getting hitched as virgins is truly going up, which is intriguing. All things considered, we know beyond a shadow of a doubt men are struggling in the sexual commercial center to obtain great outcomes with ladies. We've known that for some time now, and there's been a great deal of studies that have been distributed on that. This has changed over the long haul, and we've seen this change as a component of society embracing more changed kind of terms and ways of life. And we've been essentially advising ladies to act more like men since 60s or 70s. They've been told to work more, put off childbearing years, and get degrees. It's an overall masculinization of the females in the public eye, and that is only a pattern that we're carrying on. Actually, it is not surprising you will see such an information. Now, how does that influence the capacity to coordinate bond over a significant stretch of time? And for what reason am I telling guys that it's a red flag? Let's jump into that. So with this next outline here that I will show you, it is a connection between sexual history and conjugal fulfillment. Again, this is accounted for information. A lady that has had one accomplice is revealing more prominent conjugal fulfillment than one that had several accomplices. The line for ladies is a lot unique in relation to that of men. Men by and large report a more noteworthy degree of conjugal fulfillment, paying little mind to body count. As you can see here, there is a spread of around 15% basically. It's vital to take note that relationship does exist, and it deteriorates as the quantity of sexual accomplices increases. It would be ideal for fulfillment to be high, yet as the quantity of accomplices increases, it really deteriorates, and ladies are far underneath men with regards to this. It appears to greatly affect ladies. That is something that you need to consider as a man. The other thing that is excluded from this review, I've seen it elsewhere, is there's an immediate connection between the age at which she lost her virginity and the quantity of sexual accomplices, and fundamentally it seems to be this. Assuming she was a youthful high schooler, suppose 14, and you meet her at 30, and you choose to get hitched, get 2 or 3 children, white picket wall, and all that kind of stuff, and suppose there was no drawn-out stable connections, who can say for sure what her body count is? It very well may be 30, could be 50. That is a lower value lady to a man than a lady that saved her virginity until early 20s or 22, and was in one long-term relationship for a long time before you met her. If you choose to get hitched to have children, she would basically have a superior possibility. If you have any desire to have kids with someone with a high boy count, the capacity to coordinate bond goes down, disappointment increments. The next thing that I need to cover with you all is the expanded revealing of behavioral conditions as it's related with body count. As female promiscuity goes up, there's higher reports of behavioral conditions, gloom, enormous substance abuse that is straightforwardly connected to promiscuity in ladies. It is uncovered here, as per marginal behavioral condition status with the BPD Character Scale Diagnostics Poll. We observed that the mean number of sexual accomplices among positive members was almost twofold that of negative members. There is an immediate relationship between behavioral conditions and promiscuity. As it connects to substance misuse, there was areas of strength between substance misuse and buried character nervousness coming from conceivably bonged sexual organizations, which obviously lead to manhandle, and it expresses particularly in ladies. There's no immediate relationship with men explicitly, however it appeared a great deal with ladies. These are facts that you can find for yourself. One of different issues that accompanies that is assuming that you have a lady associated with your life that you welcome into your life by and by. I generally advise men to ensure they are exceptionally cautious about who they welcome into their inward circle. You want to enjoy basically a little while with a lady before you choose if you have any desire to welcome her into your life on a drawn-out premise or you want to have messes with her. I honestly hate marriage because your opportunity of separation and winding up in a circumstance where you have an unfortunate relationship with a lady with a behavioral condition, assuming she's promiscuous, goes up emphatically. One of the simplest methods for doing it is if she was in a drawn-out relationship for like 10 years, and before you met her, there was actually nothing else happening in her reality. There's no movement, there was no remaining at college for 5 to 7 and quarters with young ladies and fraternity gatherings and ends of the week away and all kind of stuff. You can presumably expect that the promiscuity level will be very low. However, assuming she lives alone, you meet her at 38, she's gone all over the planet. She's had exceptionally low signs of long-haul relationships or any shortfall of them totally previously. You can basically figure that the degree of promiscuity will be very high. For folks, it isn't so natural to evaluate. However, assuming you utilize a smidgen of that coconut moving around in your noggin, you ought to have the option to survey what the body count would look like. What it truly comes down to is if you will welcome a lady into your life. As a matter of fact, there's even a ton of men that remarked and hypothesized in a portion of those posts that ladies have dumped them since they had such a low body count. I believe that men being wanted by ladies by having experience with ladies is a wellness marker, and it's a fundamentally friendly verification. It simply demonstrates that you're popular, that you're a person valuable while with ladies. It appears to have direct relationship with a ton of things like behavioral conditions, low degrees of fulfillment in long-haul relationships, and trouble to coordinate security over an extensive stretch of time. It's unquestionably something worth talking about and considering. Tell me what you all think, leave a comment below. See you folks in next video. Harmony out.